What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. About a week ago now, I made a video talking about GameStop employees sharing their horror stories, and you guys liked it. And I found another thread talking about GameStop employees sharing their cringiest stories, so I figured y'all would like that too, so it's what we're going to be taking a look at today. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it, and without further ado, let's get into it. My no-scope skills are nasty, and yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy. You would think that it's illegal.
I'm getting quiet now. Laying low when you're rich, so I'm piping down. Making out, stack the bread, cause you love the sound. Just so my mind.
I think taking a look at GameStop employees is just fantastic. Something about the clientele of a GameStop is naturally cringe by default. We had a woman come in with like a $200 return that was 9 months outside of the return policy, but she explained that her sister asked to come and return these things because her sister got in a car accident and lost both of her legs and had been unable to return the items with the return policy. So we decided to be nice and grant the return, even though it's so far out of the policy and most of the items had gone down in price considerably. The woman ended up buying several new games for her nephew and several items for her son with the money. A couple weeks later, she comes back and wants to return those new games, even though they've been opened and played and are now outside of the return policy. She said her sister was upset that she returned $200 worth of stuff and only got her son a couple games out of it. The customer likely left out that she had spent some of the money to buy games for her own child. We explained to the woman that it was outside of the policy and the new games had been opened and gotten a lot of use. But she threw it in our face that we had gone against return policy last time, so we're being cruel not making another exception. The woman was being crappy with us, so we held firm and a line was forming. And then the woman yells something, "I can't believe you would be so cold-hearted. My sister lost her legs in an accident and you won't let us return these things she bought a couple weeks ago? My sister doesn't have her legs in her anymore. It's not her fault she couldn't return to the store in time." And all of the customers look at me like I'm Satan, and some of them actually leave the store and tell us how they can't believe how callous we're being. We still didn't return the lady's stuff. I'ma keep it a buck. I will bet almost $10 million that this lady's sister doesn't even exist, bro. I feel like people like this always happen, dude. Anytime somebody needs a favor, it's instantly like, dude, I swear I never do this, but my grandma's uncle's cousin's left nut died, and I swear I would never ask for this usually, but can you give me everything for free? Like, bro, your sister's legs fell off at a car accident, and you were like, oh, better get these returns to GameStop. Whoop-de-doop-de. I worked in a tech and retail store, and a lady called in saying her phone got so hot she had to drop it. The phone tech asked why she didn't switch to her other hand, and she told him she only has one arm. Well, we see that in the notes, and she shows up at the store in the same day with the instructions from the phone rep to replace her phone for free. She has two arms, though. The tech working with her was so pissed she was gonna get away with the free phone for lying. He claims he said to her, "Looks like your arm got better." Bro, how are you gonna have the balls to tell this company that you had to drop your phone because it was so hot and you only have one arm, and then go into the store with two arms? Like you couldn't have sent your cousin in or something? Lots of kids think GameStop is a hangout spot where I live, so they'll just come loiter until it's time for them to leave, and we attract a lot of neckbeards too. When Skyrim was coming out, tons of kids were stoked for it, probably 10 to 15 years old, and neckbeards would make it their mission to prove that they knew the entire history of Skyrim, and that the kids weren't OG fans like them. A 20-year-old guy got into an argument with a kid about how he didn't even know about the game and he shouldn't buy it until he learned all about the lore. And the kid just looks at him and calmly says, "Dude, it's a game. Chill out." I've never seen a grown man roll his eyes at a 12-year-old. Real talk though, bro, there's nothing wrong with being passionate about video games. I will definitely say that. That being said, if you start arguing with people in a GameStop saying that they don't know enough lore to buy a game, you are what we call a massive virgin, and that's never going to change. Let people buy whatever they want, bro. Why does it matter to you? Actually, you don't know any Skyrim lore, so you cannot purchase this game. Fortunately, it's been long enough since I quit that I've forgotten many horrible moments for me, but a specifically cringe moment that comes to mind was when this guy was in a full forest green sweatsuit, and I asked if he needed any help finding anything, and he said, "Absolutely not. I'm just here to see what the console peasants are playing these days." Okay, a simple no would have been just fine. Alright guys, I've got a computer with two 2080 Ti's in it. I'm trying to get my hands on a 3090. Like, I'm a PC gamer, okay? If your entire personality trait is that you're a PC gamer and console players are peasants, then you're a douche. Who goes into a GameStop and looks at the employee and goes, "Oh, I'm here to see what the peasants consume"? I was an assistant manager at GameStop during last generation's console release, like at the heart of the Wii release. So I'm working my shift and I constantly get people asking if we have Wiis, and I could either crush my dreams or make their day. Well, one day, a week before Christmas, a mother comes in asking if we had the Wii, and I told her no, but did offer our phone number to give us a call anytime we were open to see if we have them in. She declines and exits the store. A few hours later, the same lady comes in with her son and says, "You see that man over there? He ruined your Christmas because he won't sell me a Wii." I lost it. I told her to get out of my store and not blame her procrastination on me. I was trying so hard not to curse due to the other customers in the store. If I was able to go unfiltered, I would have been fired. The balls of the lady to go home, stay mad about that for a couple hours, and then bring her kid back. Like, lady, you're trying to buy one of the hottest Christmas presents a week before Christmas. Chances are you're definitely not going to be able to get your hands on it. Let's be realistic. Look that man in the eye, Timmy, and tell him that he ruined your Christmas. All right, Timmy, you want me to look you in the eyes? I don't care, okay? I hope that your Christmas was ruined. I worked there from 2006 to 2010. Microsoft had just put out the Wi-Fi adapters for the Xbox 360, like that day, and magically a guy turns up with 5 of them in the boxes and wants to sell it to us. We refuse, citing the fact that they're still in the package. He walks outside, rips one out of the package while we watch, and comes back inside to sell it to us, and we still refuse. So he takes off and goes to another store and manages to sell one to that store. Then came back to us with the other 4 and tried to pitch a fit that we wouldn't take him because the other store did. Yeah, we are using every rule we can not to take in clearly stolen merchandise. There are these other 2 ones that really stand out in my head. One was around Christmas time. Woman comes in with 3 kids, all about 11 to 13, and they're initially here for one game and a pre-order. And while they're at the counter, the boys start tag teaming, one up with the mom, the other 2 chatting in the back. All 3 wore her down until she left with a brand new Xbox 360, 4 games, and 2 extra controllers. She got played, dog. And finally, we had a dysfunctional family with an older teenage boy who had a girlfriend, a younger boy, and the mom. The older kid stole his little brother's game, came in, and traded them to get whatever new hotness was out. About a week later, the mom brings both boys in, with the girlfriend tagging along for girlfriend reasons, and tries to get back the games the elder son sold. Not just the game, like the specific cartridge and disc. She spent an hour trying to get this to work, pleading with us to figure it out and give it back to her, and we could only do that with a police report, until she basically rebought the games. Meanwhile, the older boy she dragged along stood in the corner with his girlfriend and spent the entire time trying to get around third base. In a GameStop, bro? Getting frisky in a GameStop, dude. That's how you know power to the players is a really good slogan. You can steal your little brother's game and make out with your girlfriend. Real talk, stealing from your little brother and selling his games is an extra level of scummery that only the lowest of the low can do. It was a very slow Saturday night. I only had 1 client at that point, and we're not in a major city, so it's more calm often than not. That client had wanted to buy an expansion for The Sims on PS3, and we didn't have any, and to this day, I don't even know if physical copies exist. Well, after telling him we don't have it in stock, he talked about what he did in the game, and as I can't be rude, I politely listened for the first 5 to 10 minutes. Problem is, he got really into it. You think the guy would go on with his life after 15 minutes? Oh no, not him. He went on for 4 hours, explaining to me in excruciating detail how his house looked, how he killed multiple families, incest stories, torturing babies, you name it. I had very few clients within that 4 hours to relieve me of this guy, and it was undoubtedly the longest 8-hour shift I've ever done. He He went to his house only because I was vacuuming the shop and we were preparing to close. I've had a very passionate hatred for The Sims ever since. Dude, these are the absolute worst types of people. No, Jerry, I do not want to hear an excruciating detail about your 18th playthrough of Skyrim. I really do not care whatsoever. In fact, it would be impossible for me to care literally any less. About 7 years ago, when the new Wii remotes were still fairly new, someone called in asking about them. They had a really thick accent and were difficult to understand, and I asked them to repeat everything several times to finally understand everything. That got a little bit more specific. Yes, we do have the remotes in stock. Yes, they are the pluses. Yes, we have them in colors. Yes, the rumble feature. I'm sorry, sir. Can you repeat that last one? I must have asked him at least 5 times to repeat his last question because I just could not understand what he was saying. I could catch bits and pieces and slowly was able to understand him better each time I finally successfully heard, "It doesn't vibrate anymore after I put it up my rectum. Do you ever stick the remotes up your rectum to enjoy the vibrations?" He was definitely trolling me, or at a minimum was trying to get me all flustered for his own enjoyment. I just pretended like I still couldn't understand what he was saying and had him repeat it about 10 more times before listing off the price and all the different colors we had, and eventually hanging up on him when he kept asking if I like to stick the Wii remotes up my butt. Yeah, I take back the power to the players slogan. I'm scared. Mom, can you please come pick me up? I really don't like it here anymore. Seasonal GameStop worker here. Guy looks in, walks around, and asks where the PS4 Pros are. I tell him that we don't have any more. The guy casually takes out a huge wad of bills and just starts to mess around with it while talking to me. You don't have any in the back? Me? Nope. I notice most of the bills are also $1 and $5 bills, but we're getting more tomorrow and we can pre-order for them now. Do you want one? Guy literally looks at me for 30 seconds and turns around and leaves. I guess he wasn't a real gamer trying to get his PS4 Pro, bro. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought, and subscribe and turn on those notifications. If you want more content, I do have a podcast called the SKUFFED. Link will be down below, along with the link to the intro song if you're interested, and a link to the merch. Last but certainly not least, if you become a member here on the channel, you get a shout out at the end of every video and a verified checkmark next to your name in the comments section. So without further ado, big shout out to Nick, Moon, DJ Legend, Antog Rogue, Michael Savage, Way Too Psycho, Alex, Jackie Gold, Cordy, Titanium Tendons, Board, Philip, Coleman, Arrow, Logan, Typical Panda, Master, Aaron Love, Scrubs, TNT, Pepe, William, Christian, Ender, Mackenzie, Geo, Kyle, Jellybean, Sambroni, Wolfles, Potassium Prime, Benedicti, Ma Man, Madness, Brandon Groves, Slick Pickle, Kim, Dylan Chungus, Tiny Proxy, Zorik, Unreal Decoy, Sebastian Beige, Johnny Dude, Cosmic Ramen, Kitty Rose, Fabulously Terrifying, Chandler Lewis, Ryuki, Sparky, and Why So Blurry. Thank you for being members. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.